packing up the trailer at the storage unit. Rainbow! Storage unit. Rainbow! Hello, you guys. My attitude is not all there because we have to go through this whole entire storage unit. We did a storage unit yesterday, belonged to the store that we're gonna open in Alabama. It's all stuff that was already packed in bins, all vintage. Like, I know for a fact it's all vintage. We packed it in the trailer already. Now we have the storage bin that it's a combined Sean's work storage unit, which used to also be shared eBay space, as well as we've just put stuff in here randomly because we didn't really have enough space because of that in the other storage unit for store stuff, because it was a small unit. Anyway, I have a lot of stuff marked yard sale that I was supposed to do a yard sale over the summer, and that never happened because I was not well, and we never got to do the yard sale. So I don't really want to take that stuff with us. We are down to just a few days before we have to be packed and going to Alabama. Not a few, like today's Friday. We have to be, you know, pretty much situated with everything by Wednesday of next week. And that's really not a lot of time because the closing on the business happens Tuesday, and there's just a lot of random stuff to do, or that comes up that's kind of unexpected. That's part of the closing. Anyway, I'll give you a look at what we're doing here and probably check back in with you throughout, and or maybe when we're done. Okay, get ready. So here we are. A lot of these white boxes you see are all business, you know, the printouts that you need to keep from every month. So he needs to keep that for like, I don't know, 7 years, 10 years. I think 7 years. There's holiday stuff, and there's other stuff, and some stuff we're not taking. Some stuff will go into the other storage bin, and I don't know. Hopefully I can sell this yard sale stuff, because over here are all the bins for yard sale. And the reason I have yard sale bins is because I started out kind of selling all random. These are yard sale too. I'll finish that thought in a second. These 3 boxes are yard sale, as well as those green containers. We started out selling, like, you know, women's clothing and men's clothing, and just trying to see what sold, what didn't sell, following the trends, as well as picking up vintage when we saw it. And then I just decided one day that working on modern clothing as well as vintage clothing is too much of a too broad, and I wanted to niche down. So I said I only want to sell vintage, because literally that's all I look for myself. And I do pick up those pieces when I see them, but I just wanted to concentrate on solely vintage. So we ended up with all this excess modern women's clothing, which we got for really dirt cheap. So we're gonna try and sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I think that a bulk buy of these mostly women's clothing would be good for someone who wants to start out. Anyway, all right. Sean is moving some furniture that we bought last night. It's 1930s, 40s bedroom furniture. Really cute. So he's getting that from the truck into the trailer that we have here at the storage unit, because we left it here overnight because we weren't quite done. And then we're gonna I'm gonna start working on this while he does that. And yeah, so I'll give you some updates throughout. Alrighty. Look at the progress. And we still kind of like each other. Yeah. That was 2.5 days of work. 2.5-ish?
2.5, 3, 4 days. No, we've been working since Thursday.
It was some days of work.
Some.
So we're down to, this is going to Alabama, including the entire truck, that truck, trailer, whatever you haven't seen. This still needs to be moved to the back. That needs to be picked up. Oop, that silver truck thingy toolbox is being picked up. And this is being given away to somebody that resells, hopefully. She picked up a bunch of stuff yesterday. Hopefully she'll want this too. And this is garbage because we don't have room to put it in the dumpster. We don't have room for that at the moment. But maybe tomorrow I'll remember to show you the other storage room, which is down there. Luckily I could edit this stuff because I'd sound. We are all packed up. Trailer's packed, car is packed. Just letting Bogey in his big lawn for one last time. Okay, really it's not our lawn, it's the church lawn over there, but that's what he's used to. I feel a little bad about that. He runs around in this lawn every day. Alrighty, ready? Let's go in the truck. Let's go in the truck. Get up there. Alright, I'll be right back. We are off, just checking, make sure the trailer was good to go. We had to pull over close by, checked it all. Now we're off. We are leaving Blue Ridge, Georgia. I cannot video and drive at the same time, so we are just doing this part for dramatic effect. I will see you guys later. There you are, Bubby. Look how cute you are. You guys, we're on our way to Alabama. We're about 2/3 of the way there. We've just stopped at Buc-ee's for the second time to refuel. It's just hitting me. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I tend not to get excited. Like, I'm excited about new things happening, but I don't get overly like excited because it's not there yet. I don't know how to explain it. It's just hard to see what's going on when the time hasn't come yet. Like, I know how this affects us in a positive way, how the move affects us in a positive way. The actual space that we got is really cool, and we're really excited to start working on that. But it just hit me during the ride that I'm like, we bought a church. A church property with a schoolhouse attached and a small parsonage. It's a lot of space and it's great for living and having a store and reselling and like having space to store our inventory and process inventory and repair inventory and mail stuff out. Like, so as we are on our way, to Alabama, Sean is in the truck pulling the trailer. I'm in the other vehicle. All right, hold on, you guys. There was a police car with his lights on the shoulder. So in the state of Georgia, you got to move over. Move to the left lane. Move to the left lane. We're in Alabama, so we just practice the same thing and we move over to the left lane. I don't know, all in all, really excited. We have a lot of renovations to do, and we are getting help with renovations, but I'm going to say probably about 50% of that is going to be done by mostly Sean. I'm going to try to help with painting and, you know, some cleaning and the decorating and stuff, obviously. But as far as, you know, handling tools and such, my opinion is just really needed on most things. And Sean facilitates, you know, stuff that we agree on. But in that time, I'll be processing our inventory that's mostly in the trailer right now and trying to get that up on the website. Not trying, but you know, it's just gonna be, sometimes I try to do too much, and I try to do it, you know, yesterday when I'm focused. So I also have an upcoming trip coming next week where I'm going to a workshop with another reseller, and she also has a YouTube channel. I will put her name is Andy. She's out in Portland, Oregon. I will put the link down below for her YouTube channel. I'm looking forward to that because in this workshop, she's going to be teaching you Instagram and video. It's like right at the right time where I need some refreshing, some boot, you know, just an all-around course in that. Especially excited to be doing what we're going to be doing. So anyway, it's all hitting me now as we're driving what we did. What did we do? I'm also really happy about starting YouTube again. And I've posted the first one yesterday, which was the one that said March 2025, where I give you a tour of the booth in the antique mall. I was really proud of that, you guys. I love that, and I was really looking forward to it, to having that space, and I spent a lot of time making it what it was, and I only got, you know, to enjoy it for maybe a month and a half before we had to move out. And the story there is that if you didn't watch that video, me and Sean and all the other vendors had to pack up and leave because the landlord of the property was being jerked to the owner of the antique mall about, you know, the lease was up and it was time to resign, and it was just a whole, you know, it didn't pan out, and the landlord had other plans, and it actually backfired on him. I'm pretty sure his plan was for everybody to stay and to kick the owner out, making the rent too high. We ended up just all leaving, all 60 plus vendors. So Victoria's Antiques is what it was called in Blairsville. They will be located in Young Harris, Georgia, just the next town over, and they're working on getting that space together so all the vendors can come back. We're not obviously going back because we are moving to Alabama. We're also excited because this week, 2 days ago, the purchase of Sean's business went through. He's excited to start his new chapter and to do something different, and he's been in Blue Ridge area, Blue Ridge, Georgia, the town Blue Ridge, and McKaysville, like basically all his life, and I honestly didn't think that I don't know that he ever thought of moving, or that we actually discussed it. We discussed traveling, and we discussed like moving to different places later on as people, you know, like kind of daydream and throw it out there. Well, that worked out. So, and you know, we were throwing those ideas out there at, like, you know, retirement time or something. We would go to these places, or maybe go to another country, or go find a different, you know, I don't know. just do something different, and it just came way sooner, which is good. So he gets to technically retire from what he was doing, but we are starting a new venture together, which is reselling, buying thrifted goods and flipping them for a profit, especially vintage. So just wanted to give a little chit chat there. We are driving to, like I said, Alabama. We are technically, it's almost 6-hour drive to where we're going, and our town is like right on the border of Florida and Alabama. 40-minute drive, and we're in Pensacola. I'm not a beach person, and even though I came from St. Petersburg, which technically I came from New York, but lived in St. Petersburg, Florida a while, and I love like the Gulf of Mexico, and I'm happy that if I ended up back in, say, said area of beaches, that it's the Gulf beaches. I love the Gulf beaches. Have grown up on the Atlantic Ocean side, and not a big fan. Cold and wavy, and so these beaches are beautiful, and I get to live by some of the most beautiful beaches in the Gulf of Mexico. And Mobile, Alabama is not too far. It's like an hour away. So even though we're going to be in a tiny town, we have access to cities. We've been in Pensacola more than a couple of times already and exploring, seeing where our favorite stores are for food shopping and checking things out, and finding the local Home Depot and the local Walmart. Well, local as could be. Aldi's we love to shop at. I've become a big fan of Whataburger. I think we had that the last trip almost every day. I don't eat French fries. I don't eat the bread of literally it's the meat patties with cheese that we eat. We're kind of more of a meat-based diet right now, which helps with inflammation, avoiding inflammation. Try to just stick to a lot of meat. And a lot of people don't agree with that, but we are mostly meat-based. I would say carnivore, but we do have our morning coffee with some organic cane sugar, and I'm not giving that up. So if that's my only sugar, then so be it. I'm okay with that, and I feel good, and I feel better and healthy and all that good stuff. And you really need to stop, filming and driving and talking. I don't even know what I've filmed before this. I know I did a little filming of our storage room. I'm gonna say that a quarter of it was personal stuff / business stuff, like stuff for his oil change business, but the majority of the stuff was inventory that we had been purchasing for the booth when we had the booth, and then we just kept hitting up the thrift stores knowing that we were going to have a vintage store at some point in this Alabama property. Yeah, the majority of that stuff is inventory. Vintage clothing and vintage home decor. I have a lot of storage bins to go through and start pricing and putting up on the website. I did say I have to go, right? Okay. So let me be safe, and I will speak to you guys soon. We are on the last stretch of road. Hello, friends. We are on the last stretch of getting to our new home and new hometown. We're like 10-12 minutes away. It's been a long drive. We left at 8:30ish this morning, and it is now, well, that was 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. It is now 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we are now in I don't even know. Is it not mountain? I'm not in the mountains. We're in Alabama. Whatever, an hour earlier than Eastern Standard Time whatever that's called. So it's really 5 o'clock here. I mean, it's not that long to drive, really. It's a little less than 6 hours, but we did stop a few times, well, 3 times. All's well, almost there. See you there. We have arrived, our cute little town. Honestly, it's not that cute. It's a little rundown. But hey, I like vintage. And this town is totally vintage. Here we are. What about the door? Oh, that door. Between the buildings. What is beeping? Wow. That's interesting. Alrighty, you guys. We are just seeing all the walls, actually paneling, ugly paneling and drop ceiling have been all taken down. And we are down to the sticks. It's pretty warm in here now. Wow, look at this. We're getting to see her naked for the first time.
Look at.
This is the sanctuary of the church. This will be our main living space. Crazy. Look it up there. Look, you could see the attic up there. This is nuts.
You can see the $70,000 heating there.
So we've just arrived. Will be our first day in our new town, or first night. I mean, we've been here before, obviously, but we were going back and forth for various reasons, and now we are here permanently. We've had a long drive. I'm gonna end this video here, and we will carry on from this point. So thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and we will see you on the next one.